Good afternoon, guys. Again, y'all are keeping, well, not you guys, but the world is keeping me busy today because this is the third video here on this channel, and I put one up on prepping today, too. So, kind of funny that what I thought might be a topic of conversation today would be the verdict on Kyle Rittenhouse and the aftermath of that, and that ain't it. This one kind of goes back to following up on this morning's video. And there's more news out that is worrisome. Now, something's going on in the world that we aren't being made aware of, especially here in the States, because it's very interesting that the sources for both of these stories come out of the UK. Now, y'all know about what's going on with Russia, Ukraine. They got 90,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. And again, we talk about, just like we did over the summer, that ain't cheap. Why are you moving all this sort of stuff? So what's going on there? But so now this is where things get even more confusing. Out of Norway today, Norwegian undersea surveillance has had their network cut. Now, the undersea surveillance that they have is in Norwegian territorial waters, okay, but the Russians like to fish in it and everything like this. And the sensors, sonars, whatever you want to call, are basically for tracking fish movement and things like that. But they also have the ability, or can, not just have the ability, but they can, they're tracking anything that goes underseas, i.e. submarines. Well, all of a sudden, the cables to this were cut. 2.5 miles of the cables were cut out. The investigation is now saying they're looking into the fact that Russia tampered with the cables. Now, again, if you think we're talking here, this is northern Russia, where, obviously Norway, everything like that, but this is where the Russian submarine bases are, okay? What's Russia trying to make sure that nobody's seen? Now, again, I'm saying this is being reported by the Daily Mail out of the UK. At this point, suspicions are that the Russians cut it. Okay, fish aren't eating through 2.5 miles of cable and just making it disappear. But what's being what are they trying to prevent anybody from knowing about? All right. Okay. Could this again be, we talked about Poseidon and everything like that in the past. So that's something to pay attention to, and again, this is information to stick in the back of the head here, and just remember it, pay attention, because if anything heats up, okay, now we know this is something to pay attention to as well. But that's not the only thing that came out, all right? This is out of The Sun, again, another UK news outlet, okay? This has also now been at least confirmed. I found it on Zero Hedge as well. Russia is conducting anti-satellite weapons testing. Basically, they shot a satellite out of space, and the International Space Station crew had to take evasive maneuvers to stay out of the debris field. Okay, that there were supposedly thousands upon thousands of pieces of debris from knocking this thing out. Okay, about 1,500 pieces. That's Star Wars, okay? I mean, again, remember, Space Force, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, Star Wars was supposed to be take a satellite and neutralize something else. Well, if we're going to be able to take out satellites, okay, well, satellites are used for intelligence gathering. Satellites are used for GPS, GPS is used for missile tracking, drones, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, trying to find all this. What's going on? And again, this is, speculative stuff, but both of these stories came out today. And this is after what I was telling you guys about yesterday about us, the United States, reactivating the nuclear missiles pointed at Moscow and Germany that haven't been there since 1991, about Lukashenko asking for nuclear missile batteries to be placed on the Ukrainian and on the Polish borders. You do realize who the common denominator to all of this is? Russia, 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 Russia. No, I'm not trying to do my best Adam Schiff impersonation here, okay? But what is going on? I mean, this isn't coming out in the U.S. media. I didn't see anything in the U.S. media about us putting nuclear missiles back in play in Germany. I haven't seen either one of these stories in the U.S. media. What are they trying to hide from us? What is actually going on? Because damn well if something happens, we, the U.S., moved a whole bunch of troops over to Ukraine. We're not being told. This is the problem we have with the 46 administration. We're not being told any of this going on. And damn well the media is right in the administration's back pocket. And they're saying, you don't say anything about this. You don't talk about this. Oh, but it'll be on the internet. Yeah, we know. But, people will have to find it. Okay? How many Americans go search the British news, the Greek news, the Australian news, the Russian news, anything of the sort? Not a whole lot. The majority of the American public turns on CNN and goes, yes, Anderson Cooper, yes, Don Lemon, whatever you say. That's where we get into this issue. We need to be paying attention to what's going on. I try to do as much as I can, but again, I'm not combing this 24/7. I've got other things to do, and I will say thank you for sending this over. Frederick Kyle is the one that sent me the story on the submarines, and Jim Bartley was the one that sent me the story on the shooting down of the satellites. Okay. I greatly appreciate both of you guys sending me. Guys, when you find stuff like this that somewhere that you check, feel free to send it to me. I'm happy to take a look at it and get it out to the masses as best I can. I try to find the stuff, but there's strength in numbers. And if all of us are working together and disseminating this information, gathering intel and acting on it, that's what we're all doing. And I got to say to both guys here, I greatly appreciate it. Everything else that you guys are sending me, as long as it's from verifiable sources and I can back it up, I'll go all over it. There's some of the stuff that I get sent that's, completely, 90-second tier conspiracy theory sites and stuff like that, no. If I even discuss something like that, I'm going to say, okay, there's nothing to verify this. But this is stuff to pay attention to. I don't know what's going on yet. It's hard to find, but if anybody sees anything that's going on with Russia, Ukraine right now, this is all tying together. Okay, I've got to think this is all working together. So I'm going to try to see if I can find Constantine knows anything and at least get some information from there, but you can pretty much bet they're being kept in the dark too. So, all right, guys, sorry for another one, but important that you guys know. Have a good one. Pinball out.